out here, but I was taking care of Cece. It took everything in me not to do something. But I can only imagine if what is he going to do? Is he going to come after Cece when she's well again? Is he going to keep coming after everybody that was involved? What's going on here? You know, what is the end goal here?
I I don't know. I feel like they look for reasons.
Yes,
That's what it
uh,
feels like.
that I mean,
At first
they
glance, that's what it
weren't.
feels like. I haven't spoken to him since. Ever
Yeah.
since we've seen him, they kept riding away from us. Not in
Yes.
like a scared way, like avoiding us, but more so like they just don't talk to us and they're not explaining
Hmm.
what is going on. So, as far as I know, they're done with us. But I would love to sit and have a conversation, be like, okay, so I know you're done with us, but what the hell is this all about?
Oh, I do too. I want to understand why because, like you said, I feel like everything was done when Preacher died. It was done. Should have been done, and that was it. But obviously, that just wasn't enough. I guess.
No, of course it wasn't. I don't know.
And I mean, as far as I know, they weren't really behind Preacher's cause anyway. It doesn't seem like they felt the same way as Preacher did, as passionately as he did for what he was doing.
For all we know, Cass might have said he didn't feel satisfied and maybe he wanted more blood and then Rami after the
Yeah.
night. I don't know.
Okay.
We could be just assuming, but
I didn't know what assumptions do. So
you know the term on the greener pastures, right? Like it's
yeah. I mean, as long as they don't mess with me and they don't mess with CC or any of my people, it's whatever. But going after Kyle and Faye, I don't know. They're my very good friends, and I really don't like that.
I mean, it's not the first time they go around picking up couples but on their own. Like
Yeah, that's what I don't like either. I don't like picking up people when they're not expecting it and off guard. And if you want to fight, then pick a fight. But that's not a fight. That's low hanging fruit.
I mean, last time we picked up Rami and Jesse, it was because, well, what they did to Sam. But then I found out when we had hold of
Exactly.
him that they hurt my wife, so then it got even more personal.
Good.
And
Well, I hope you put it to him.
yeah, well, Sam did. He gave him the hammer back to use on my wife. Well, actually, we didn't give the hammer back. We actually gave the hammer to my wife
Oh,
as a
good.
little present. And I don't know, preacher, picked me and Sarah up with his cronies right here in Armadillo. While I think while Kyle and Dave were actually getting medical help, actually, because they got attacked by them before, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So while we're like seeing what's going on and just having a smoke on the porch, they all show up and pick me and Sarah up. And that's when Zip shows up and, exchanges himself, but that's not before Preacher puts a bullet in my back.
That man had at the end he lost his mind. He was drinking a lot. Every time I saw him, he was snorting that cocaine, and I don't know.
He he tried to stick me up at the telegrams right here once.
Really.
Yeah, at least he was honorable enough to let us have a good old shootout right here in town. But
But you could count on Preacher for that. I'll say that.
he's definitely a good shot, but for some reason he decided to change his methods to, I think it was a machete, actually. Go figure, you think Rami would learn from his leader to bring a machete. But
Exactly.
he comes running at me with a machete, and of course, like, gunned his ass down. But yeah, I don't know.
Where did they end up burying him up in the snow?
I don't know. I
Hmm.
would guess that would be the first place I would look.
Yeah.
I haven't been back up there since. Actually, no, I have been back up there since, but it wasn't to go to the ranch. It was to go up to the frontier.
Yeah, I had for a while there. I was camping out up there in those woods right outside where that ranch is at,
I
trying
think
to at least get one of them, but I never saw any of them. Never once. My only regret is that I didn't get Preacher. Wish it was me.
yeah. I mean, still keep thinking about getting blood for what they did to me and Sarah.
Yeah,
But same reason why I dropped the War of the Bastards. It's just some things that are more important than revenge. Me right now.
it's true. When you get into these blood feuds, it's never ending. It won't stop. It's until both sides agree that it's done. It becomes a pointless war, is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I'm just tired. I guess I've had enough war for now.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've seen enough war in my lifetime to quench 1,000 thirst. I'll tell you that. But it just never seems to end.
I'm
You
sure
know, I
I'll
was
get the fire in
12.
my belly eventually again, but
Well, I'm sure you will. It'll just take the right situation, I suppose. I was 12 years old when I first went on my first war party. That's when I received my first wound. It's in my calf. Took another arrow to it. There's nothing quite like the first time. Everything else seems like you just kind of chasing that same feeling. But I'll tell you this, it gets to a point where it just seems pointless sometimes.
no, I get it. It becomes a war of attrition.
Yes. That's what it always comes down to here in the crossing, at least, is who is going to have the fortitude to stick it out.
Sometimes wars end before you feel satisfied.
Yes, and that's what some people need to understand. Sometimes it's over. Like I said, with the preacher thing, I feel like that should have ended with preacher. That was his war. That was his battle. That was his thing. He pushed for all of that. So I feel like when he chose to have that duel and he lost, it should have been done.
It was a cycle of events. It goes all the way back to what happened in Fee's Landing that night when Preacher and Jack went to a fight and
Ain't it strange like that, Isaac? Something is, I wouldn't say minuscule as that. It wasn't minuscule at all. But how that led to where Preacher ended up. He became a bit of an
I remember
outcast. He
Isaac.
became a bit of a pariah among the West.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, all I remember is the Kellys and the Basses were fighting. When James Kelly was still around, and the Basses got hold. James killed him, and that obviously set the things in motion for Josie. And I think no one wanted to be a part of it, but everyone respected it.
Right.
There's
I
reasons,
agree. Yeah, I agree.
and I think the moment for me was when they robbed my cousin. well, I got shot, and at that point, it was just okay. I can't sit here and be, in support of you guys or not really be, unbiased.
Right.
I didn't know James. I couldn't really give a shit, to be honest, about James.
Right.
I know that there's people who cared and loved him, and I respect it. But that's where it ends. And I got dragged into a whole fucking war over someone I didn't give a shit about. And I ended up losing more than anyone else. My dad died for it, and yet I still agreed to end a war.
I'm sorry about your father, Isaac.
I appreciate that. Like I said, not everyone can get their blood. It happens.
This is true. It's very true.
But this Mora gang just want to keep fighting.
Like I said,
I have to think
it
there's
just
something bigger at play.
feels,
Like, is there something bigger at play,
yeah.
or they're just really not getting it?
I don't know. I mean, you can give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they have more than just the reason for blood and violence and death. Or you can just kind of say, well, they're just a bunch of rabid dogs and they just want blood. At this point, who knows until you talk to them, but good luck talking to them.
Don't think I really tend to.
No, I think it would be kind of pointless at this
Actually,
point.
you know what? I am having trouble sleeping. Maybe I should talk to him. That would definitely help.
Yeah, it might help you. That's a good point.
Fuck him. I really don't care anymore. I'm just gonna let them do what they want to do. But if
Yeah,
I'm after me on
unless
my own, then
they
it becomes a problem again.
drag you into it. Yeah, exactly. I say just let it be what it is. But like I said, the thing that's bothering me right now is just them picking up Kyle and Faye.
Yeah.
But
Apparently they
that's
ran
not
into
my
Kyle
fight.
Faye again yesterday.
They didn't
Th-
do anything again, did they?
no, they just apparently talked some shit to Kyle. Telling him to be careful around roofs because they're slippery or something. At least that's what Kyle told me.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just trying to rub salt in the wound.
Hmm. Interesting.
But I think they were coming out here to look for more of the Prey gang.
How
Is
many of them do they even have anymore?
the Mara gang?
Yeah.
Last I seen them, they had people. I don't know if it was a
I
full
mean,
six, but it was there was
uh,
enough of them.
I mean, what you have the McKinley brothers. You have what's his name, Wade.
Weird.
Who else?
What was that other fucking fella's name? Shit. Yeah, I'm terrible with names.
Exactly. Not many. I mean, it can't be more than 4 or 5. I think.
Yeah, unless they've been taking more people underneath their wings. What in?
And what do you think they recruit them? How do you think they recruit them? What would their pitch be to people?
I don't know. I'm still trying to understand what Wade's fighting all of this is.
Yeah,
He
I
came,
mean
he came
that's
up
what I
to
think
me
too.
in Armadillo right before they took me, and he's like, Isaac, you don't know who I am, but you will. And I'm like, fella, I couldn't give a fuck.
Don't you
You,
love those guys?
you're not memorable.
Yeah, if you don't remember him, it's for a fucking reason.
Like I barely remember
Uh,
people that I've known for months.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start with someone I've just met. I've
Yeah.
been in this I've been in this crossing a whole year now, and I'm still forgetting people. Like
I mean, yeah.
the only people I tend to remember on a name basis are people who actually give a shit about.
So that means you give a shit about me, Isaac.
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, good. That's more bird hunting. That's exactly what
Yeah,
that
I'm
is.
about to break parole.
You can see him shooting up into the air. As
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I said, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, Isaac. That's a very long time. I mean, that's what,
What?
4 more days?
What if I pay someone to rob that fella?
The person hunting right now? Let him make a few trips back and forth and then you rob them. As long as they don't make a trip to the bank, they might have hundreds of dollars on them. Well, they're friends.
Isn't that sweet?
It's very sweet. Almost adorable.
But we also have a couple of townies from the east. Look, look at these flat caps.
Yeah, I've been kind of wondering who some of these people are. Like it's almost like they're wearing a uniform to come out here, but they still look very Eastern.
They look like a bunch of fucking Victory Street wannabes.
You, are they even still around Victory Street?
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them either, or heard anything about them.
Oh, Eva, me Eva. I mean,
I
there's a
mean,
lot of new up and coming gangs trying to make a name out there. I mean, some I haven't even met, like these Golden Hounds and
oh
I guess have you heard about the Jolly Rogers?
no,
Yeah, okay.
the what?
It seems like the Jolly Rogers are like a melting pot of like two or three different gangs.
Okay,
So
so
it's
it's the
Thomas Woods,
rejects. Okay,
Violet Bloodwell. Uh,
blood, Bloodwell, yeah.
who else? There was a fella that used to run with Jasper Woods, but
Okay,
Jasper
Jasper,
and Thomas Woods are not related.
yeah.
Then I think maybe one of I'm trying to remember exactly who was riding with who.
So it's like a full, like
I,
a legitimate gang, though.
maybe someone from the Dirty Boys. I don't know anymore. I really don't.
Mm.
It just seems like there's like two or three different gangs, just all you know branched
So
off, and
Thomas Woods doesn't have his own gang. He just turned it into the Jolly. What do you call them? Ranchers,
Jolly
Rogers,
Rogers. I mean, Hattie
Rogers.
Dazzle used to ride with Thomas Woods and some other lady I remember, but
Gaza used to ride with Thomas Woods.
Hattie Dazzler.
Mm.
Hattie Dazzler. That's the one who pushed me off a cliff.
Oh, okay. I was like, that threw me off for a second.
No, not Dazza. Not our
Yeah, I
Dazza.
thought you were
He's a
talking to. I was like,
Dazza
what?
is a Quil through and through.
Yes, I've known him only to be a Quill, so that threw me off for a second. Speaking of the Quills, are y'all doing a Quill gang again, or y'all doing your own thing? What's going on?
I don't know if Zib wants to put a name on it, but Zib is trying to start something up. I
I
don't
think that's
really
good.
know the full. Well, I kind of have an idea of his plans, but
Yeah,
I'll let him do what he needs to do, and they'll come to light eventually, I guess.
yeah,
We got some plans
yeah.
for the West, starting right here with fucking Armadillo,
Good.
and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Maybe we need more people. I've been out here I mean, it's over a year and a half now. And I've seen people come and go. I've seen gangs come and go, and there's always these cycles, I guess. And right now, I think we need a presence again. People feel too safe. I mean, like I said, look at all the townies around here. I'm not against people, being able to make a living and to do their thing, but rival gangs need to be afraid of coming out west. That's the main thing. And right now, it feels like they just have no fear.
I think they just want to test themselves, I guess. Test their
Mhm.
metal. They want
We
to.
need to push back, I guess.
Yeah. Even I don't even know if some of these gangs consider themselves Western gangs. I mean, a lot of gangs themselves consider them nomads a lot of the time.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing right now. Is there's a lot of nomads that are non-committal to one way or the other. Just fine, but it just seems to be kind of the thing right now. For me, the West will always be my home, no matter what. There's nobody that's going to push me out or scare me away from this place. I've lived here since I come to the crossing, and I'll probably end up dying here.
Well, we might need to move to Tumbleweed because Armadillo's driving me crazy.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. I'm gonna go for a ride.
Could you? Fuck.
Yeah, take your horses over here.
So I imagine you're just going to be keeping to yourself for a while.
I don't know, Isaac. I've been getting the itch again lately. I think if the right people came to me, then I would be ready to ride again. My main concern has been making sure to look after Cece. She will always have my loyalty first and foremost. But
I mean,
I feel like my skill set is not being used properly.
the Freight Gang would definitely be a good fit for you if they have you know, an extra saddle
Oh,
for you.
yeah, I think they're pretty full up.
Hmm.
They have a pretty good group, I'll tell you that. I like who they have. I think the last person that they just added was a person named Vulture. Vulture, yeah. When
Okay.
yeah, I was with them in Tumbleweed, and we were just shooting some guns and having fun, and I overheard them say that Vulture was the new prospect. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know exactly how many arriving was right now. I'll have to talk to Zip, but
Yeah,
if there is a somewhere open, I'll maybe we can get you an offer.
yeah, you let me know. Is Sam riding with y'all right now?
He is, yeah.
I would love to ride with Sam. Like I said, that's my brother. Him and I
Things
did.
have got a little. I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now, especially with Waggy being back. There's kind of people in different minds right now about what they want to do. But I know Sam is staying with us.
Right, right.
Cook and Winsome, I feel, probably with Waggy, but again, I haven't spoken to him.
Yeah.
But I can probably say for sure if Cook is going to be riding with Waggy, then Winsome will be.
Are they a thing or what?
Yeah, not really sure.
I like Cook too. Cook is a good one.
You know, Alice and taking some time to herself and
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I heard things through other people, but you're the closest to it, so I think you're the one to talk to about it.
she just needed to do her own thing for a while. It was nothing personal. At least
Yeah.
nothing with us, I don't believe it's.
Well, I know she's been going through some things, and so sometimes, and I've done this plenty of times, is I just need time to myself for a while. Clear my
Yeah.
head and clear my mind and get my soul right, my spirit.
I feel like only Alice really knows what Alice needs.
I agree with that.
And Cheddar,
Just don't question it and just let her do her thing, right?
yeah, of course. I mean, she'll come running if we ever need her. Hell,
Exactly. Yeah.
when she found out some of us were hurt out here, she came riding all the way from the east to come and help us.
Good.
She wasn't happy about it, but she made the
All
journey.
the way from the east.
Yes, Stu.
Use one too. Get one also.
Sarah really likes it out here.
Yeah, she does. Like I said, for a while there, every time I come into town, probably around this time, she'd be here, sitting up, just kind of overlooking things.
Yeah, she'd much rather be out here than hooked up in that manner.
Yeah. She says she likes the sound of the windmill.
Oh,
Could I could understand that.
don't get me wrong, the man is pretty. It's a
I
nice bit
couldn't
of
live in
land
that
and
place though. You know, like it's beautiful and the architecture and all that stuff, but I really don't know if I could live in a place like that.
I was kind of the same, but I kind of got used to the nice beds.
All those beds do look quite nice. She said if I'm
You know how
ever,
much they cost?
I
Like four
I don't
thousand
even
dollars each.
$4,000 for a bed?
Yeah, I was
You gotta
told
be shitting me.
$4,000 for
What
each
is it
bed.
made of? Gold?
I don't know, maybe oak or something.
I mean, they're
And that's not including like the bedding that goes on top of it.
right.
But they have like these thick mats on it that like
Mm.
I don't know if what it's filled with, but it's soft and
Maybe it's what do they call that? Goose down. Supposedly that is really soft.
maybe one day they'll revitalize Tumbleweed, maybe get this church.
Be nice. I like to come out here and look at these headstones. Some of them have some interesting names. This person's name is Greenup.
Oh,
And ironically, this one says Graves.
Deputy
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas, realized Deputy Jefferson, one of, if not the best deputies Crossing's ever had. A
Never
good
even
friend, a
heard
good
of him.
person, even if he didn't think so at the end, he will be missed. May he now rest.
Thomas Jefferson. Did you ever know Deputy Jefferson?
Did I have? Probably before even I arrived in the crossing.
I've been here almost 2 years. I don't think I ever heard of him. I can't believe I've been here almost that long.
Marie Beth Brown.
I don't know who that is either.
Oh, this is a really old one.
What year?
What year did they die?
Yeah.
1897.
Mm. Wow. There's one over here.
Jonathan Baker.
Baker.
This fellow's a
This
lawman
person.
too.
A lot of lawmen, huh?
A lot of lawmen are buried here.
This is Jack the Bear Sherman.
Was he a lawman?
Doesn't say. I would assume not. Actually didn't know there was that many people that was buried out here. Guess that's it. I don't see any other ones. Samson Fourth.
None over here, I don't think. Oh, just this fella.
Is there? Oh yeah, this is Anthony. He's the groundskeeper.
Doing a terrible job.
Yeah. I don't think they pay him enough.
You know, me and Sarah have been staying up at that big house up there too sometimes. It doesn't
Nice
need a lot of
house.
work.
Does it at least have a $4,000 bed in it?
No, but there's something buried next to it, but we can't get it up. The soil's just too tough.
Hmm. Interesting. You know, I've never understood why this sheriff's office is closed, but the jail's open.
I think it's because it's cheaper to just have the
Think so?
an off a little desk in the jailhouse. I mean, they kind of
Okay.
do the same thing in Valentine, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Quite honestly, they should just close this place and turn it into a bank or something.
You know, it'd be interesting if they put a bank out here. Like a big old fancy one.
Hmm. A female.
Did you ever know them?
No, but apparently the family, at least one of them is.
Yeah. I
Did you?
think I met them in passing.
You met
Not
Effie?
personally, though. Believe so. Like I said, in passing. Heard more stories than anything. Apparently, her and her significant other would sit up here.
Um, Heart rate of F3 at the manor. Had red hair.
Yeah, red kind of curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those Braithwaites. I'll tell you what. East to west, huh?
Someone getting a bath.
They're doing something. Is that Sam?
Could be.
Looks like his horse. He disappear.
Yep.
What the fuck, Sam? I saw him walk back here. This is definitely his horse.
Him?
It had to have been him.
Yeah, man. I didn't see anyone else around.
Does he have his hair shoulder length? Kind of slicked back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I haven't seen him in a couple days. He's playing hide and seek. Yeah, I saw him walk behind there and then just disappeared.
Yeah, well, he didn't telegram me that he was around or anything.
He'll do that sometimes. Is that him over there? How the fuck did he get over there?
Is that him?
It has to be him. Yes, that's him.
Can't point my gun near.
Isaac, you hear that? If you
What's
don't
that?
break parole, you get $100. Sam will pay you $100.
I might lose that bet.
I think you're definitely gonna lose it. I don't see how you're not.
I don't think anybody else is around. I didn't have telegrams from nobody, so
I didn't really telegram anybody. I I'm having a real hard time sleeping, so I rolled out of bed and hoping I'd run into the Morrow gang, hoping they'd put me to sleep. But
Yeah, they all pretty good at boring folk, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
um, but no, it's been staying up in Armadillo for a while, and then all the townies were getting on my nerves, so I came back here.
Goddamn townies, man. This job can't come soon enough. Hopefully they'll finally fucking realize that it ain't safe no more.
It was full of townies. I mean, what were there, Isaac? About a dozen of them, it seemed.
Yeah, there's even people who are like very skittish and afraid to like be around criminals, and even they were in Armadillo. I was
Yep.
shocked.
What the fuck?
You know that Beatrice lady wears the blue dress.
Maybe.
You were there when we stole Christmas from Valentine, right?
Oh, yeah, that lady.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, the hostage. She was in Armadillo.
What the fuck?
Apparently, someone died called Cook, but not our Cook.
What? Okay. Uh,
Different
for
Cook.
a very split second, I was very concerned.
No, I made sure it wasn't the Cook that we actually give a shit about.
Jesus, okay. Yeah, I'm sure if he died, Winston would have been telegramming me up a storm, and I would have been like, well,
Well,
this ain't good.
yeah, well, this Cook apparently maybe been shot by a deputy.
Jesus.
So not only do we have townies, we have miserable townies. And that's worse than happy townies.
Yes, this is true.
Christ. Well, guess I'm not going back to Armadillo for at least a couple weeks.
It was flooded.
Let the goddamn depressive walk out of there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're coming out here as like a protest against this Cook fella, but like I don't know. I haven't really been anywhere else apart from there. I was gonna send some telegrams around, but I honestly don't even know how much longer I'm gonna be awake. Like I said, I'm having a hard time sleeping.
Yeah, the last time I went to sleep, everything happened. Everything. Waggy talking to everybody, Cook, Winsome, Cheddar talking to everybody, and I was like, well, I'll go fuck myself, I suppose. And now nothing's happening again, and I'm very tempted to go back to sleep, but I have a feeling that something's going to happen when I'm asleep again.
It's possible. But you also need your rest, brother. You look a little bit rough.
Hey, Isaac ain't the only one having sleeping troubles.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know, when you go to bed because you know you're very tired and you just like that's all you want is just to sleep. So you do. And then for some fucking goddamn reason you're awake 2 hours later and you're so full of energy and you don't know why, but you know that's not good because you're gonna end up only having that energy for maybe
Mm-hmm.
a few more hours, and then you're gonna
It's
end up.
exactly what's happened to me today. I slept like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Mhm.
Woke up and I was like, hmm. And so I walked around for a bit in my hotel room and went back to sleep for like another 30 minutes and then woke back up with more energy than I've ever felt in my life. And now I feel like shit.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. It's definitely not full now. Nothing going on. I'm on parole.
Yeah.
I'd say just blame Sarah, to be honest with you. Does she snore or something?
No, which it keeps me awake.
Oh, I bet.
You got really upset with me in Sisika.
Yeah, she mentioned something along those lines.
Well, lack of lines.
Well, exactly. Touche, fellow. I think that's Italian for like
Myth.
Yeah,
myth.
that's yep.
M-I-F-F.
I agree. I think you're 100% right there.
Oh, maybe I can watch one of those picture movies in Blackwater.
Them motherfuckers is expensive.
Not
You
like we're
know,
broke.
I've been here for almost 2 years, and I didn't know that they had those in Blackwater until the other day.
Really?
Yes.
Don't think anyone really ever
I,
uses
s-
them. They got
I
one in
saw it
Valentine
for the
too.
first time. I didn't know. I mean, I knew about the Valentine one. I did not know about the Blackwater one.
A
One.
long time ago, I actually went to a moving picture thing in Valentine. There was a guy called Bow or something, I think.
Okay.
And he had this strange like moving picture show that was going on. There was like 3 different shows, which is quite interesting.
That big tent that's outside of town.
Yep, this was like
Yeah.
my first 2 weeks after leaving Rhodes.
Hmm. Okay.
And now, as I left, I said to myself, never again. And then I may or may not have found that guy later and robbed all the money he made of all the tickets he sold.
What you said, Bauer?
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He had like
uh,
$700 on him. I was like, shit, give me that money. What the
oh,
hell?
that's a lot of money.
I think I bought 2 Schofields with that money and saved the rest. It was back when I never used to use navies, and then I robbed somebody of a navy eventually, and I was like, you know what?
That'll
These
change your
ain't too
mind,
bad.
right?
You know, when me and Sarah got married, like, like when we did get married, it was funny because, well, no one at all really thought it was going to be going as far as it was. Maybe even Sarah kind of thought it was silly at the time. I don't know. But her aunt was not best pleased with what was going on. Like, those Braithwaites are, you think of high strung, and then you take that a couple more notches higher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
most
And
of the Braithwaites I met when I was younger were all high-strung cocksuckers, and the same with the Greys too. That's why I never really liked any of the Braithwaites, but Seraphina didn't seem too bad. And the little stories I've heard of a lady called Effie and
Mhm.
her partner haven't been too bad either. So those are the 3 that seem okay to me.
yeah, and
The
then
rest
there's
seem a little.
Eddie. He was running
Oh,
with
yeah,
Dead
Eddie
End.
too. Yeah, yeah. Heard a few stories about him. I didn't know him, so
I think there's just two sides of the coin with the Braithwaites. You're either side of an outlaw or you're the side of society.
Very, very high
and
society, right?
90% of them are high society.
Yep, yep.
But anyway, so her aunt is, she is furious when we got married, and she was like, "We need to keep this a secret." We were like, "Well, we kind of already told a lot of people." Not to mention, we had deputies showing up
Uh,
wanting to put it in the paper and everything. Like, it wasn't a secret. And she's like, "Well, no, you're all just engaged. You're not actually married." Like, she still says that to this day. If you ask her, they go, "She's not. They're not married. They're engaged." Because she wanted us to have a proper wedding, and I get it. A lot of my friends were upset. They're like, "Why didn't I get an invite?" I'm like, "Trust me, it wasn't that big of a deal. We got married on top of a dead turkey
right.
and armadillo, and,
Beautiful.
and Zip officiated it."
That's a proper
What?
marriage.
She like a priest?
Yeah, apparently he's ordained.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but anyway, she is all upset about it, and she's like, "Okay, you're engaged, so what you need to do is start going on dates." So she gets us like wagons and stuff. Like I went to a couple of dinners, but then this one day she wants us to go in a wagon, and we go down the river to go in a canoe. It was a canoe trip, the whole family, like 3 or 4 canoes. Next thing you know, the law show up, six deputies, and they're like, "Isaac, Zip, we need to talk to you." So me and Zip take off down the river in this canoe, and these deputies are chasing after us. And we're like, I don't know what to do. We need to get out of this situation really quick. So we get out of the canoe, like we go down the river, get out the canoe further down, and we run up this mountain, and we find a little crevice in the side of the mountain that we're hiding in. Next thing you know, these deputies are chasing us up this mountain, and all we hear is deputies screaming because apparently 1 or 2 of them fell off the mountain chasing after us. So they go into the river, so the deputies run back down, going fishing for their deputies. And yeah, it was a whole thing. And then it ended up with us going to a picture show in Valentine. But when the family went looking, me and Sarah snuck off. We were in that honeymoon phase. I don't think we really left it yet, to be honest. We have our little disagreements, but still sweet on each other, I guess.
2 little lovebirds. Beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of a nap. Sam, if I wake up and I'm around, you want me to kick your door or what?
Sure. I'll
Okay.
probably be at my camp down on the waterfront. You remember where it is, right?
Yeah.
Just
I know
to
what
the
you're
left
talking
of your
about.
cabin.
Yes. All right, Isaac. Good conversation as always.
Yeah, of course. I'll
Good
talk to
luck with
Zip
not
about
breaking
that thing.
parole. Yeah.
I will try.
I really don't think that's gonna happen, but best of luck, buddy.
Rest easy, fellow.
Can't break parole. Zip will kill me.
When you break parole, fella, you're gonna be going to Cisco for us probably as long as
Last
most
time.
of us. Yeah. Shit, I haven't been called since Halloween time, I don't think so.
Still got a long while yet.
4
13th.
days.
Yeah, it's too long.
All goddamn days.
If I want to be technical about it, it's 3 days, 9 hours.
Okay, Will. Who said anything about being goddamn technical? Motherfucker.
Well, technically, if I stayed in prison, I would be out by now and not on parole.
Yeah.
Although
But
at this point,
sometimes
I
you make
probably would
mistakes.
have racked up 1,000 days very quickly because I'm about to blow a fuse.
Well,
Sarah was
sometimes
about to
people
blow
just
a damn
deserve it.
fuse yesterday. She was not in a good mood.
Oh, what happened?
I think just she's never been on parole before. So I guess you know, the idea of getting out of prison sounds nice until you realize that you know, the stipulations that come with it.
Yeah, you can't really do what you were doing before you went in. And if you do, you have to be even smarter than you were before. And not get caught or leave any traces at all.
You gotta keep the porch warm.
Exactly. That's why that mash is probably growing fucking mushrooms when you're stashed right now.
Something like that. I think Sarah's just been staying in her room for now. Just she pretty much said if she didn't get some sleep, she would shoot somebody. Don't blame her.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes sleep helps people, feel better, I suppose.
Sleep and food, among other things.
It's quite strange. I think the thing that makes me feel most at ease is just drinking water when I'm in a mood like that.
Water.
It is nice, cool kind of water. Just, you know, not too cold, not like room temperature, just right from like a lake or something.
Does tea
Ain't too
count?
bad.
Tea's kind of just basically water, right?
I mean, I've never had no tea.
You had no tea?
Nope. I had coffee before, but I don't like the cold coffee that people drink sometimes. It's quite strange. Don't know why you leave your coffee to go real cold.
I like my tea strong. I don't like
What does that even mean?
some people just don't steep it long enough, you know? It's just piss water. I like to steep that tea till it looks like, you know, the color of a bull's earlugs. Bull's lugs tea. I want to kill Caleb West.
So you keep
I'm
saying,
it, it, I'm gonna lose my damn mind.
right? It's fine, but look, the way I see it is, Sarah's with you, right?
Oh, it's not that.
Clearly,
It no,
you know what I mean.
I trust her. It's him. I just don't trust him. Not in the
I mean,
sense
fuck
of
that guy.
not in the sense of like I think he's going after Sarah. He's spreading her business everywhere, and he's trying to be all
Mm.
concerned. Bella, she's more safe with me than fucking anyone else in this crossing.
Yep. It's the motherfuckers that think they know best for somebody they don't even know. It's a problem. I don't know. Maybe just talk to the motherfucker. Be like, hey, you leave this shit well enough alone if you know what's best for you.
I feel like I'll have to have that conversation. Crazy.
Yeah, I can see that ended two ways: him being shot and killed, or y'all just parting ways amicably after he's realized that he needs to step back about 55 paces exactly, no more, no less.
We probably seen that motherfucker riding into Armadillo right after we had that gunfight. I don't think you were there actually. Were you there?
What gunfight?
The one where there was at the canyon, then it went to the fort, and then
Nope, I
no,
wasn't there for that.
I didn't think you were. Well, outside of Armadillo, when we had the gunfight there, some fella rode by and some was saying it was Caleb, and I thought it was fucking Morgan Winwood. I had more reason to believe it was Morgan Winwood at the time because, well, Sarah just, you know, smacked uh, fucking smacked
Clementine.
Clementine over the head.
Hmm.
And I figured Morgan might be wanting to, you know, fuck around and find out, I guess. But yeah. Um I was thinking of talking to Zip actually about I know things are kind of complicated right now because I don't know where everyone's sitting on the fence when it comes to who's riding with Waggy and who isn't.
I could tell you who's riding away. Kirk and Winnie are currently riding with him trying to figure shit out. I'm not sure if it's going to be 100% no more after what happened last night. However, I know Kirk will keep an eye on Wagon no matter what, so I don't think Mal is riding with anybody. Definitely not Waggy, definitely not Zip. I think he wants to do his own thing, but he hasn't made the leap yet. So
You know where Cheddar is standing.
he's with us. He's riding with Zip. And obviously, you know where I'm standing. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
That's about all I know. I know obviously Alice is up in Van Horn figuring her own shit out, which I respect her for, to be honest with you. Finally putting her foot down for a moment and just telling people that, look, I need to figure shit out.
Yeah, I want them to figure it all out. I want to know exactly who's riding with us, because if there is something open, I think Redlands is looking to. He's been getting the itch again, and I don't know. I don't know how it feels about Redlands, but I like him.
And I'll vouch for him. I rode with him for a long time. He's family to me. So
Let's see what
it
Zip
was
says.
it was funny actually when we rode into Thieves. You were there, right? When the Waggy and them put the law down. Then we took him to Blackwater. Was you there for that?
Yeah, I was. As much as I
All
don't
right.
like going into Faves, I knew Waggy might needed help,
Yeah.
so we got in and out as quick as we can.
Funny thing about that is they put Zoe Winters on the back of my horse. And a long time ago, me and Redlands got into a scuffle with Law by the canyon. I was extremely wanted at the time, and he was pretty wanted too. Just the two of us, we were riding away, and the Law kind of forced him up the side of the mountain, like just as you're like leaving the tunnel up there, like towards like McFarland's kind of. And I think he fell off his fucking horse, and they started shooting him down. I didn't know all this. I kept riding, and I looked back, and he wasn't behind me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I turned around, and I crept around in some bushes, and then all of them just rode past me from the back of his horse, and I'm like, "Well, fuck." So I rode into Blackwater, and I took Jesse Valentine hostage. Stuck a gun to the back of his head, marched his ass down to the medical tents, and I don't get, let's say scared, but for a brief moment I looked around and I was like, I'm in over my head. There was like 20 lawmen there, fellow. And I mean 20. An over exaggeration, I mean exactly 20. I counted, including the hostage I had. And I was like, well, fuck. And I was demanding that they release my brother, and they were telling me that if Zoe Winters doesn't keep giving him blood, he will die on the trail with me, and they wouldn't want to chase after me and have to shoot me down and kill my brother too. I said I want my brother back, and they wouldn't budge. And I kind of realized that he has a better chance of survival being there than he would with me. So I grabbed Jesse by the shoulder and I started walking backwards. Can't remember what day. It might have been Dan Lynn that was talking to me. I can't remember. But the negotiations went pretty fucking smooth, and I somehow managed to get out of there. I felt shitty leaving him behind, but I mean, like they said, and like I remember, thought to myself, he has a better chance of survival there than with a man who doesn't know what the hell he's doing, apart from packing wounds and burning somebody to keep him alive. So when Zoe was on the back of my horse, Red Lance made me promise a while back that I wouldn't hurt Winters if I had the chance. Let her go one time. And so I packed her wound when she was on the back of my horse, and I said, we're even now. So that promise is over with. If I see her again and she tries to take me in or anybody else, then she will meet the end of this gun that I have on my hip. I just found it quite full circle, I guess, ironically.
Yeah.
Sad to see you go back to Thieves so soon. I wish you hadn't have had to do that, but like you just said, Wagon might have been in trouble, so
I mean, he did the right thing. I wish we did the same thing for Rocco. We didn't. He needed help. In fact, one of the last things I ever heard him say was, "If you move me, I don't think I'll make it." Even he knew that, and we still moved him. This was in Rhodes. We got to the slaughterhouse, and the deputies were surrounding the place. We were in a fucking gunfight with him. He's bleeding out upstairs, and I'm trying to hack him. use so many band rolls and rolls of the fucking stuff just to hold that blood into him, but it was just pouring out of him. Nothing I could do was gonna stop the bleeding. He must have had an artery or vein or something hit because I've never seen so much blood before. And Eddie decided, you know what, we'll throw him down this fucking meat chute. We'll jump down with him and we'll go around the law. They're all coming up the stairs. We can go down the chute and go around them. They caught on to what we were doing and we got out the door. I got shot down and the rest got away, but I was brought in to the sheriff's office in Saint Denis with Rocco and he was laying there dead.
It's stuff out there that haunts us, you know. We all make choices in moments like that we look back on now like we could have done this, we could have done that, we should have done this. But in the moment, y'all did what y'all thought was the best course of action.
I don't really want to tell Serafina how much of a fucking idiot, um her fucking family were being that day, but Jill just left him in the sheriff office. I've always felt guilty for it.
Yeah, well,
Edwin knew better.
you're carrying that with you, though. That's what people call recompense or some weird shit like that, I guess, or I don't know, guilt or whatever the hell, just your pain, I guess you carry. Everybody has it. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big, like that is, and that weighs heavy on your conscience, obviously.
Well, when me and Sarah first went to Siska the first time, I got shot in the neck by fucking Chevalier. I think they had a pump action or something, as that thing knocked me on my ass. I was unconscious for most of it, but Sarah, when she seen me got hurt, she shot down this deputy and then put a gun into Benny's back and demanded that they let me go. Oh, she was gonna hurt him. Deputy said that if they take pressure off my neck, I was gonna bleed out, and Sarah listened.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta take the fall for shit like that, you know.
I'm just saying that I'm glad she was the smart one. Because if it was the other way around, it'd be Rocco alive and me dead. Funnily enough, when LJ came into Armadillo and was telling me to go and check on Edwin, he's really badly hurt in Strawberry, and I get there and he's limp in the office, and next thing you know, the deputies are taking him out of town, limp on the back of a horse.
Hey, I'm gonna be watching you.
Just interesting things come full circle like that.
Most things do. It's just how life has a way of working itself out, I suppose. People call that karma, people call it whatever the hell they want.
I'm not even upset with Alice with her going to Van Horn. I know Waggy showed disdain for it, but I just don't really see it the way he does, I guess. At the end
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
not really
day,
sure about what he was really talking about the wallaby and whatnot, but the way I see it is Alice is just doing what she wants for right now, and it's probably the first time she's ever really done that. She seems loyal to a fault, just like me. My sister always tells me that my loyalty will be my downfall.
as far as I know, I think Wallaby was harboring some bastards in Van Horn, and Mills didn't take too kindly to it, but I don't know the details at all. Feige was obviously upset by it that Alice would, stay there. But as far as I can tell, I think Wallaby offered that, you know, courtesy to everyone. It wasn't just exclusively to the bastards. And I guess at the end of the day, if Alice feels like she doing this helps her, then I'm completely for it.
That's how I feel. Everybody's gonna have their opinion on everything, and Waggy's always been of a different opinion. You know, that's why the Waggles work so well when we roll with them. Well, I did anyway, because we always had different opinions on situations, but we could all talk about them and all figure out a plan on what the hell we wanted to do. And I don't know, people just I think Baggy's jumping the gun too quickly on a few things, and I think we'll just had a couple of days to relax. Maybe he'll start figuring shit out. And if he doesn't, then he doesn't. It's on him. Sometimes it just ain't meant to be. I'll always have his back. Same as I'll have y'all's and Serafina's and Alice's and Cheddar's and Zips and Ollie's too, and Indy and everybody else, Red Lions. Because y'all have always done right by me.
I just don't know if I can go to Field Landing and spill blood or do any fucking kind of violence. I don't even want to be in that place. And like I said, when I ended my war with the bastards, I meant that I don't want to go back on my word. And I care for Waggy, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to go on my word.
Yeah, the way I see it is if shit's happening in Thieves and we have a lot of people, there ain't no reason for you to have to go through that torture going back there. But again, that's my opinion on it. You might feel differently if other people ask you to come. But I never will. Not after last time.
I feel like if I hear that any of y'all are going there and you need help, I'm going to end up coming. I know you all want to help Waggy, but I just figure this is something he should fight himself. He's really adamant on putting roots down in thieves, knowing what the very likely possibility is going to be, then
Yeah, I don't intend on going to Thieves. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't intend on going there at all for anything unless, they're like, hey, come to Thieves and let's have a talk. Even then, I'll be like, look, happens to me somewhere else. The only time I'm going to Thieves is to check that job board, and even then, I don't even go to Thieves for that these days. I just go to Manzanito.
yeah, exactly. And I know Waggy isn't dragging us into anything, but at the same time, I know some of us will come running if he really needs the help, but just, I just don't really see why. Really trying to understand Waggy's motives for.
I think he wants to build something, but there's a perfectly good place called Raff's Kettle Fork over there. that ain't nobody using these days. That could be a perfect thing for his business too. But a man's gonna do what a man's gonna do. And like I said, it is what it is at the end of the day. If he don't listen to what Cheddar said, or he don't listen to what Cook said, or Winsome said, or I said at the canyon, then that's on him. But I think when he realizes that folk ain't gonna be behind him, like Cook and Winsome, maybe if he keeps going down this way, he might be like, maybe I should reconsider.
Yeah, maybe.
Apparently, Cheddar said he was talking like Jack said something exactly the way Jack said it, or something like that, and it's just the way it is. But I don't know Jack like that. I can't speak for that man. I can't speak for anybody.
Call that a compliment. Like everyone, it's the same thing with James. People have history with James and they have love for James. Same for Jack, but again, barely know the man.
I've met Jack twice. Had a conversation with him one time, I think, in the 2 times we met.
Rode with him a couple of times when he was showing his face. I mean, helped him to his feet once, and we've had very short exchanges. But other than that, I don't have an opinion on the man.
It's the same
Right.
with James. I was around a long time ago with the Frasers, and he was cordial with Judah. I spoke to him a few times here and there, and same with Josie. But them dying was definitely a wake up call for a few people, but I didn't know him like I know you, or I know Zip, or I know Cheddar, Alice. You know, I didn't know him like that. I respected them because of what they stood for.
I respected Mills and Ellis. Zip wanted me along with him to help Alice and Mills get what they wanted to get out the crossing, and that was the plan. We are going to build a business, make some money, and get them the hell out of you. So they can retire in Mexico, wherever the hell they were planning on going with. If Jack shows up and here I am sacrificing my friends and family to enact some revenge for a man I didn't even give a shit about. I lost too
Yeah.
much because of it. And if this fucking Jack ever shows his face again, that's wagging the finger at me. I don't know if I can control myself.
I'll probably never tell Alice this, but you know, say I see a lot of myself in Alice when it comes to certain things. Other things not so much, but her and Cheddar I respect a lot. I mean, shit, Cheddar's not so much for me at this point. I mean, I don't think I would be where I am standing with you and everybody else if it weren't for him or Waggy or Cook, even too. Maybe eventually, but not as soon as I am.
Yeah,
I would follow them all in the heat of whatever battle we go into next. And that's just how it's gonna be.
no, I agree.
God willing that it ain't no goddamn battle soon enough because we need rest. I mean, shit, I haven't been sleeping. You haven't been sleeping. You're still technically still healing from all the shit that happened to you with the kidney and the lung, and you're still grieving. Alice is trying to figure shit out. Chad is still fucking healing. Zip is zipping around.
He can be exhausting sometimes. I love him, but yeah, no, you're right. I'm not sleeping very well. Could
I
be.
mean, you both haven't been sleeping well for a long time. I think it's starting to catch up with me a little bit.
I wasn't even, and I told Zip this, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I was almost sitting on a fence in a while. I didn't know if I wanted to bring my wife into something that's gonna lead to more possibilities of being hurt, but well, I don't think I could really ever leave my cousin behind. And Sarah, well, Sarah's young and naive. She hasn't really seen war. I mean, she said that she learned very quickly how things can be out west. And the Morrow gang got a hold of her a couple of times. But she said that I tried to protect her and shut her away from the world. I might as well just left her at the manor. And she knows there's a possibility that I might die, she might die, and people she cares about might die, but she wants to live her life.
It's probably why she married you, fellow. So she can live some type of life with somebody who ain't going sugarcoat shit and just tell her how it is.
Yeah, she said that she feels like she came into my life when I feel like I was settling down. She was just wanting to get things started, and I don't think I'll ever settle down. I don't see myself ever stopping until I'm on the ground, but
You're up to no good.
I just had nothing to lose after my father died, and then I got married. I felt like, I guess things just took a different perspective.
And there seems like she kind of showed you that you have more than just your pops who passed. That's what a lot of us forget sometimes is there's a whole lot more to life than what we see in front of us.
I know if I didn't have Sarah, I definitely would have probably challenged Everett to a duel. Always gonna
It's a
eat
good
away at
thing you
me.
have Sarah, you know. She keeps you level headed, motherfucker.
In her own way, she kind of does, right?
In her own strange, forceful way, yep. It's like she's forced us into a forced friendship. Apparently, I'm now her best friend, so she says.
Certainly is a firecracker. And definitely not like the other breath words.
It's probably a good thing.
Well, I know she wants to talk to her aunt. Her aunt has been trying to reach out to her. I think that Caleb West has been running his mouth a little bit.
Jesus.
Brought his
That fellow.
concerns to the family, and now the family are aware of what's been going on.
Why is he so goddamn concerned?
I don't know. I guess he worked for the Braithwaites for a time.
So he rats on one of the Braithwaites who on the Braithwaite for what the hell's he getting out of it? Cookies? And some milk?
I think he's just genuinely concerned with Serafina.
Hmm.
He doesn't have anything to worry about. I mean,
Sounds like he's lonely.
think Quil would rather have her locked away in that manner than me. I know how that's gonna end. The difference is he would keep her locked away in a manner, and I would tear a manor down for her, right down to its foundations.
Well, if Sarah wakes up, we can head on to Breakaway and see if that lady's around so they can have that talk.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely, and I think she might be resting. Been irritable while I've been on parole.
I think she might wait until after parole to talk to her. How long is
Maybe.
she on parole for? What the fuck? The same day as you? Do y'all get off the parole at the same time?
Yeah, we both got around the
Jesus.
same amount of time. We both ended up getting just over 1,000 days.
Jesus.
I mean, we got a lot of time because of all those shootouts.
Y'all did have, what, 3, 4 shootouts in like a span of an hour, 2 hours?
3 shootouts in the span of like just over an hour, and
Jesus.
then we had that shootout at Rathskeller. Then there was like
Yo, this shit was crazy at Rapscala, man. I can't believe you made it out of there.
we were wanting for bank jobs, and I think there might have been another shootout in there. They tried to hit me with hostage taking, and I told them, listen, like I was there at Rathskeller, but I don't remember taking no damn hostage. And they're like, oh, it must have been the other people. And I was like, well, I'm I was separated from them, so I can't really
Yeah,
be.
I took the hostage is what I did. I took that lady
Yeah,
hostage.
they tried to charge me for that, but
Yeah.
they dropped it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about my sister is all. She gets picked up, she might get questioned about a few things, and she might be a well alone than mine might be, so.
What, picked up by law?
If she does get picked up by law, they're gonna question her, I feel like,
Yeah, they definitely will.
about a whole lot of things. And there's one thing on my mind that if she gets called for, she's going to wait for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't get caught. I was talking to
Yeah,
her.
I'll do my best to keep her on the outside. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, if you need help with that, definitely assist. Just make sure it's after my parole. But I was talking to Redlands about the Mara gang earlier. I don't know if I want to talk to him, but I really want to understand what is gonna fucking put this to rest.
I'm unsure because pre- Preacher and Cass duel. Preacher lost. He died. And then suddenly around me duels. Cash with knives and over a machete. They go back after him and pick up Caliphate.
Well, that's why I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. So I I don't know if the duel between Preacher and Kaz was something they weren't. I'm gonna have to assume that they weren't happy with that. Or maybe they were, but maybe they were like, just because Preacher is dead doesn't mean the war is over, you know. So they offered to settle the war by wanting to have a knife deal with you and Cass.
And they lost both. But they didn't come after us.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand. That's the part I'm trying to understand is you didn't use a machete, but you threw a knife at him, and it is what it is. The Cass situation, I heard Cass used a machete, and they're upset about that. But at any point, did Rami mention, "Hey, I don't want you to use that machete in your hand. I want you to use a knife like me."
I
I
don't
feel
even know.
I feel like that could have been a very easy thing to, you know, sort between each other. I mean, I know they were in Guama, but I'm pretty sure Guama has a general store that will sell a knife.
Motherfucker, I'm
And
pretty sure somebody next to them probably had a knife. They could have
that's
been
what I
like,
mean.
hey,
That's
here's
what I'm
this knife.
saying. Like, yeah, I don't understand why it's now brought up after the fact that, hey, I didn't like that he used a machete. Motherfucker, you should have said something beforehand. That's the part I'm trying to understand, I guess. That's the part that's making me scratch my head. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I got no
they haven't
idea.
came after Rose. You know, they saw us in Rose and Blackhorn a bunch of other places. They saw me coming into Armadillo. Like, they haven't done anything. That doesn't mean that they're not going to do anything, but so far it seems like things are settled. And maybe I should just stop thinking about it and just let them sort it out between themselves. But
Trying to understand something from a group like that might hurt you more than innocent. I have no idea why they do what they do, but they're doing it. And they can do what they want. I don't know. I mean, Caius can handle it. I mean, they've handled many of trials and tribulations before, right? Shit, he killed Preacher in a duel. He beat Rami in a knife fight. So every time I think about that gang, all I remember is Wade talking to me in the cave, telling me, Sam, you ain't as big as you think you is, fella. And I said, who the fuck are you again? All I remember. It's just in my mind, and I just smile at it every time. It's a random fellow
are
who
we talking about
nobody
Wade?
knows. Yeah.
That fella, I can't. I still can't forget that time he came up to me in Armadillo. I never met this fella before. Like, and he came up to me and he said, "You don't know who I am, but you will." I'm like, I really don't care. I was like, I don't know. I don't know people. Remember people's names who I've known for months. I actually have to give a shit about them to know who they are. Like shit, that fella who died yesterday, he had to remind me who he was because I couldn't remember. But apparently we knew each other for a while. So why the fuck am I gonna give a shit about this fucking weird?
Yeah, I don't know. That guy just.
So I called him boring because he was boring me.
He
I
just
said,
looked at me and said, Sam, you ain't as big as you think you is. And I said, motherfucker, who even are you? I don't think I'm big. I'm just acting the way I am, fellow.
he's just called, he's trying to fit his little feet into some big boots. That's all he's down to do. Or if how Seraphine just put it, he had a fragile ego and a tiny pecker. Sarah told me that he reintroduced himself to Sarah in Strawberries, like, "Hey, I'm the fellow with the tiny pecker."
Yeah, I don't know. That guy's strange.
Wasn't he the one that you stabbed?
Yeah, he's the one I threw a knife at and then used that same knife to stab him. Yep. Yanked it out of him, just started stabbing him while he was on the floor. And then Jesse was like, really, Sam? And I said, welcome to the West, pretty much. And left.
He did say it was a knife. I didn't say
Yeah,
him
that's
for
what
it.
I said. The motherfucker said knife fight. I just threw a knife. It's the same fucking thing. Then I use that knife to continue stabbing him with. I mean, what's the problem?
No problem with it.
If they had an issue with it, they would have came over and said something, but they haven't. So I don't know. But considering what they did to me, I mean, shit. Even Jesse said he's getting off lightly. He pretty much said that I should drown him in a creek somewhere. In front of him, he said that, by the way. In front of him to me, he said that I probably should drown him in the creek. And he's like, I'm guessing that's what your plans were, right? And I said, no, I had a lot more of a brighter idea than drowning him in some goddamn creek. What I was going to do is I was going to tie a weight up by the ankles and ride him through Valentine slowly so he drowns in the fucking mud of Valentine. And leave him there at the deputy's office and let them fucking deal with his body. Be a terrible way to go. He tried to drown me, so I would have finished the job on him in some schmud in Valentine is what I would have done. And if the rope wasn't working, slowly dragging him, I would have hopped off my horse and pressed his head down in the goddamn mud.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Rydlance earlier that not everyone's going to have their opportunity to get their blood. Happened with Alice and the DiCenzos, me and my father, and fuck it, even happened with me and the Mora gang. You know, I never got to pay my dues back to them for what they did to me and Sarah, taking us up to Coulter like that.
Mm-hmm.
Never gonna get my blood back from Preacher. Fella's dead.
Exactly. I mean, they took a lot from all of us. They took a lot from me. Almost killed me that day. Put a cigarette out of my eye. Tried to drown me with fucking water. Threw a knife in my leg. Smacked up my head and broke my wrist and fucked up my ribs. I mean, I'm never gonna get blood back for that. I got my satisfaction from doing what I did to Wade, and that's good enough for me. But what they did to you and Serafina was it's fucked up. Who knows? Maybe someday they'll try some shit again and everything will kick back up. That's what I pretty much said to them. I said, "Are y'all done?" They're like, "Yeah, we're done. Like everything is done, Sam." And I'm like, "Well, what happens in a couple months' time when y'all feel like starting shit up again?" And they just went quiet for a moment. So we'll see.
You know what they did, right? I don't remember a whole lot of it because I got shot by Preacher, but apparently they told Sarah to, take me because Zip was exchanging himself. Yeah, Sarah was gonna put me on a horse and get me out of there, and Preacher shot the horse. What she told me, and you had to walk through the fucking snow. Bear in mind, he had wears that coat that's wide open and barely had anything underneath. He wasn't dressed for the weather. And then she had to carry my fucking ass, which I'm a big guy. But she had to carry me through the snow, and she couldn't take me further, and was, dying of hypothermia. I got, and apparently Billy Joe Barber finds us in the snow laying there. We find this out later on, unconscious, and I was bandaged and stuff. I guess Sarah tried to take care of me, even when she was freezing to death. I don't remember a whole lot. I just remember waking up in Siska after.
That's I don't know, man. Y'all two didn't deserve what they did, especially not fucking Sarah. They picked her up one time and beat her with a fucking hammer for what reason? Because she was at the fort. Shit, we didn't even know about that, and we found Jesse and Romy coming out of Blackwater, and then that's when we found out that they fucking did what they did to Sarah. I still look back at that day. I probably should have given you the hammer, but that motherfucker broke my goddamn jaw, and I was seething mad.
It's fine. I wanted to hurt them for what they did to Sarah, but I know you had yours. Blood to get. What I want to do is take Jesse or Rami up in the snow. Make them strip down to just their fucking pants. No shoes, shirt, coat, nothing. Leave them up in the frontier, make them walk their asses back. Like what they did to Sarah.
Just leave them with a gun with one bullet in.
Exactly.
One bullet each.
Right now.
I think that person came from the stable side. I think it might just be a Tumbleweedian.
Cool.
You're crazy as a loon.
Yeah. Well, I need to talk to Zip, but
Oh,
figure out what we're gonna do next.
I didn't look at your face.
I mean, we got the bank job, right? So there's that to look forward to.
Now you got the bank, then we have the theater job too.
Is it me or I'm more looking forward to the theater job?
That theater job is gonna be interesting. Let's just hope it ain't too busy in town. That might be the only issue.
Robbing a bunch of rich folk
I
in the
mean,
theater.
shit, sign me up. Oh my lord.
They're gonna $200 a ticket, man.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Think about it. It's a lot of money.
It is. I said it. I was telling Zip the other day, like if they sell 10 tickets, that's $2,000. Yeah, I can probably tell there's probably gonna be more than 10 people showing up.
I think at least 20 will. So in total, that's gonna be $4,000
Oh,
just for tickets alone.
not to mention anything else they might have on them. I
Exactly.
imagine security's gonna be tough, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Might even hire the Bluestone. I mean, that's what I would do. But the Muppets can take care of. And like I said, we have that other way in on the backstage.
Yeah, the security's gonna be I don't know. It's gonna be the bane. I think they're gonna try to do some crazy shit. What we need to do is we need to just get, obviously, what Zip said, people in there, and then as it's starting, people leave, etc. And then we wait on the back side, and we all rush in. And the moment we rush in, we just grab as many people as we can that are acting, and hold guns to the back of their heads. And we say, if anybody moves, we're killing folk. And then we have people come up at a time. We rob them, sit them in the corner until we're all done with everybody, and then we get the fuck out of there. Because $4,000 in cash from the ticket guy, probably money from the folk that are in there, probably money for food, drinks. They got guns on their hips, Schofields, Navies, maybe even guns on the back like Litchfields, Lancasters, bolt actions. If it's city folk, they might even have Mausers. This
Never had a
job could
Mauser in
be
my
upwards
hand.
of this job could pay upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 if everybody comes in with a lot of money. We're already halfway there with just the tickets alone. If it's 4,000, if 20 people show up, all we need next is cash and guns. Not to mention, maybe they have gem pouches on them with gems in them. You know, you never know. Maybe they have a fancy fucking pocket watch that's worth like thousands of dollars. Maybe not to the average buyer, but maybe if they want to buy it back, you know, might be worth thousands of dollars to them. Who knows?
Exactly. Gonna go down in history if it's gonna be as big as that. Being very optimistic. But I'm also looking forward to the hitting that bank in Armadillo.
And it's gonna be good for y'all. I hope that y'all pull that off. Seemed very personal to y'all, so
Did you ever meet Jonesy?
I don't. Maybe. When did he pass?
Oh, God, it's been about 3-4 months ago.
No, never mind. Then I think I was just coming back from Mexico at that time, maybe. Well, I had been back around, but I wasn't sticking my nose in the shit I shouldn't have been technically. I don't know. I don't think I ever met him, but he was a Quil, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, Jonesy. I remember the first time I met that fella. We rode our horses right into each other.
Jesus, go figure. Most
Sophie and
equestrian motherfuckers around.
it was Sophie and Vern and him coming in one direction. I was coming in the other. And we rode our horses right into each other. And we're both yelling at each other. He's yelling at me in his Scottish accent. I'm fucking yelling back at him. Sophie was laughing because this is during the time when I took a shit on the DiCenzo's desk. And I think Sophie was explaining it to him. This is what she told me after the fact. And apparently he misheard what Sophie said. And he said, "Why would Isaac take a shit on a chest?"
What
And
the fuck?
so she was laughing, and then next thing you know, I come around the corner and crash right into the fella. It's like they're talking about me, then I show up, kind of thing. Yeah, but yeah, we were riding together. Me, Sophie, and Daza. We had our own little thing for a while. Didn't have a name. We would just hit banks. I'd say the majority of the banks I hit was with them for a good while. Maybe 10, 15 banks. And it was good. Things were simple back then. It was just business, making money. And Vern started getting, tied in with the bastards, and Sophie disappeared. And I took Jonesy and Daza with me and Zip, and we formed the Quills. Daza fucking died right after the law comes swooping into thieves. And I'm talking, they rode in like the riders of Fembjorg. I'm not even kidding, they just descended upon me. I didn't even have time to react. I just looked up and just seen 6 deputies pointing rifles in my face, and I'm like, they got me. What can I do? Those bastards standing around and some of the Quills, and like they didn't even know it happened before it was too late. They had me on the back of a horse, handcuffs, and they took me back to Blackwater. So Jonesy and a few of the Quills wanted to just send a message to Laura or something, or I don't think it was an attempt to break up because I didn't see him, but they got into a shootout with Laura up in Saint Denis, and he died there. Fucking Malone and McGregor shot him down.
Well, one of those two lawmen are dead. I guess Malone is long gone. It's gonna
Yeah,
get McGregor.
we already did get him at Braithwaite Manor. He wanted it to be a bit more personal than just a shootout, but
Well, like Zip was saying, let's hope he shows up for what y'all doing. Goes up to Jonesy's grave, and he's the last one standing, and y'all can finally put that to rest.
do what Preacher did, take him up to the grave and shoot him over it.
And that'd be well. I mean, well, that's where y'all are going, right? It's to that place. If y'all can't go to the place behind us, the actual plane, I think Zip's mentioned falling back to Jonesy's grave.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to get that far out before bullets start flying, but
Well, they said relay horses, right? So people will be doubled up, is what Zip said, leaving town, getting to the canyon spot, the crevasse, whatever the hell it's called.
yeah.
And then seeing what happens there, shooting, and then maybe getting back on the relay horses and getting the fuck out of there. That's what I picked up. Who was putting down, but I could be wrong.
If we get there, yeah, it'll be great. I'm sure Jonesy will like the show.
It'd be a hell of a show.
Certainly will. I suppose I can check telegrams.
Man, might as well. It's been raining so goddamn much recently.
Yeah, I wouldn't think the desert would rain as much as it would.
Howdy, fellow.
Mal.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Wants to run something by me. Telegram sent a little while ago, but I told him I can wait for him in Tumbleweed because I ain't gonna go riding out and meet him anywhere else.
Makes sense. Just writing a telegram to Faye real quick.
Who the hell is that guy?
No idea. He didn't say nothing to me when I said hello. Did you hear footsteps behind us, the goddamn telegram station too? She was weird.
No, I didn't hear anything. I've been saying hello to a few people today and I've just been getting ignored. So I'm staying out west before I break my parole because I'm about to rob somebody.
Yeah. Noticed there and a few people recently were riding past and we say hello there. They don't respond, so we say hello there again, and then we start chasing them and they just run without saying anything. Guess it might be terrified, but that just makes you want to rob them even more so they don't say hello.
It
Might be
does.
nice. Say,
I
I'm
don't know
trying
what it is that instills me to just want to rob them, but if they don't say hello back, I'm just like, fella.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going out
You
of my
re-
way to be like, hey, fella, trying to start a conversation with you. How's your day going and what do you do around here? You like a Muppet or you just a average fella? And they don't say nothing back to me, and I'm like, well, see, now, I had a principle, I'm just going to take your shit. Make me waste my breath on you and you don't even want to talk.
Manners cost nothing, that's what I say.
That's true, but it will make shit. I guess it costs whatever they have in their hostel.
How dare we
Motherfuckers say
make
hello.
them spend the time to exchange pleasantries?
Right?
Like, fuck them. If they're not gonna pay me with pleasantries, they can pay me with their fucking shit when I take it off them.
That's exactly what I say. Just fuck them at that point. Jesus.
Suppose I can get a stew and wait for Mel.
That's exactly where I was going.
I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be awake. I'm
I'm falling
already
asleep.
feeling the effects of my decisions.
As am I. I feel myself becoming weak and ready to sleep. Even though I'm probably gonna give 35 minutes to an hour of sleep and then wake
I
back up
really
and be
hope
like,
this
well,
isn't gonna be a long conversation.
what the fuck is probably gonna be like a 2 hour conversation.
As long as they're not moving around, I think I'll pull. Actually, I don't know. I might ask him to speed it along. I might ask him to get to the point.
He's gonna hit you with the what had happened was, fellow.
He's
And
gonna
he's gonna
hit.
hit you with the well, I need a private talk with Isaac, just me and him.
He's gonna hit me with. It all started when he was born.
I need you to know about me. It all started a long time ago. When I was done conceived and birthed. BIRFT. Birthed.
It all started in Wales. I seen a dragon on the Brecon Beacons.
A whale?
In Wales?
What the hell is a whales? Is that like what all the whales is?
No, it's a country.
What the hell is that? In
So
like European or
you know
something?
that little island I came from. Would you
England?
believe? Yeah, England. Would you believe England's not the only country?
Clearly, obviously. This, other places like
I had to teach Zip this.
España and Italy and stuff like that.
No, I'm talking about just on the island itself, the little island.
Oh, what? It's a small place to have multiple countries, but okay.
Yeah, got a Scotland and England, an Ireland. Well, I'm not talking about a island. I'm talking about Ireland. It's kind of spelled
I know
different.
about them folk that come from Ireland,
And
them
then you
Irish
got
folk, the Palby and stuff like that.
and you got Wales. And well, the Welsh have their own language. That's a whole different thing. I'm not even going to begin to get into.
Why are the horses all just jumpy over there?
It's probably a snake.
If we're gonna be sitting here having a conversation, I can't be dealing with no goddamn horses screeching.
You know, I'm going to tell my horse to fucking
just
go
gonna
enjoy
tell
the
him to get-
fields.
Yeah. The moment we do that, law's gonna show up, and I'm gonna have to run.
And then Mal's horse is gonna show up and do the same thing.
That's even if he's still around. He might be with Sage.
Honestly, I'll give him.
That's what he did last night. He said, "Hey, you know, I'm gonna go check telegrams. I'll be back." Motherfucker never showed back up.
I'm
Then he
gonna
telegrammed
give
me
him
this
10
morning.
minutes from now.
Okay, he telegrammed me this morning like, "Hey, sorry I didn't show back up with the fort. I met up with Sage."
He sent me that telegram from Strawberry. If he's not still in that region or near Blackwater and he doesn't read my telegram and get here within 10 minutes, I'm going to bed.
What time did he send you that telegram?
I
Was
don't
it
know,
like
like
7:30?
like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay, sent me the same about the same time. Okay.
What do you think it even is?
It might be about the whole situation that happened last night. Do you already know about that? He might ask you, I don't know what he might ask you actually. Advice?
If he wants to talk about business, then I'm gonna just direct him to Zip. I really not really awake enough to go down the business rabbit hole. Unless he has a really good idea that I can follow along with. But I'll still bring it up with Zip anyway. Or tell him to, bring it up when we're all around. Guess we'll see.
Yeah, either you two.
Howdy.
Howdy,
Howdy.
fella.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. How are you two doing?
Having trouble sleeping.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I won't take up too much of your time. I don't really have much to say, but yesterday I was in Thieves Landing, obviously, and Domino was there. And you know how way back when I first was riding with you, I kept seeing Domino here and there, and I'd send you a telegram with his description and where he was and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow he knows.
I remember having a conversation with Domino, but I don't know if he ever brought you up. That was when me and him had a talk in Thieves, but he wanted to talk to me about my marriage.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm not accusing you. You've done nothing but good for me, Isaac, and so is Zip. So I'm not accusing. I'm just letting you know that somehow he knew my name. He knew that I rode with Zip and Isaac. He said, "Are you still riding with Zip and Isaac?" Well, to which I replied, "No," because there's nothing formalized going on. Even if we are friends and allies, we
I'm trying
aren't
to
riding
remember if
together
fucking
on a
Domino
permanent
even brought Mal
basis.
up
So
in that
he said, "Am I
conversation.
still riding with Zip and Isaac?" To which I said, "No," and he said, "Oh, so." Why was it that you gave away my position and my, he just basically confronted me very briefly about how I gave information about him to you two, which I found strange, but it's not that big of a deal.
There is a very highly likelihood that he just seen you. You remember that one time when we were in Blackwater and you told me that he was right there in town?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's been many times where he's telegrammed me and he's letting me know that he's been watching me and this, that, and the other.
I see. So he could have just seen me pass by and then looked at me like talking to you like directly
Yeah,
afterwards or something like that.
he's a very observant person.
Mm-hmm. He seemed very observant last night in Thieves Land, and he was fucking laughing as all that shit was going down with Waggy, but I won't go into it.
Well, he actually brought up something before. So we had a little plan to try and lure a Domino out. We were gonna send, I think it was Bex and Macy. I think Bex and Macy were gonna go to Armadillo, and they were gonna send a telegram as me. So he thinks I'm out in Armadillo out west, and I was gonna sit and wait at Riggs, hoping he would pass through so I can catch him.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker sends me a telegram from Armadillo saying, "Hey, there was these two ladies. Like, I'm just very curious. There's these two ladies who showed up in Armadillo, and one of them was asking how do I spell Isaac." And they were basically talking about the whole plan that was supposed to be discreet while he was sitting there listening to them. So, like I said, he's a very fucking sneaky bastard. Like, he'll, no pun intended, but
But yeah, I've nothing to hide. I'm not. When he said, did you send information? I was like, yeah, Filler, I did, because at the time, like, you guys have been nothing but good to me, and well, if I feel like if he was in the same position, he first came to state, and a group that was currently in a war, helped him out a whole bunch and gave him some opportunities here and there that. Well, I'm sure he in that situation would be willing to give information on the opposing side as well. So I wasn't hiding nothing, but just wanted to let you know that he was under the assumption that I was quote unquote still riding with you and Zip, which I don't think was really ever like formally the case,
not in an official capacity, I don't think. But
And,
yeah.
but I'd do it again. Like if I went back, I wouldn't change anything. So yeah, nothing really too special. I just wanted to run
Did
it
he
by you.
accuse you or anything other than that? Like, did he call you?
No, just accused me of the truth. To which I told him, yeah, that is the truth. No, he didn't accuse me of nothing. He didn't call me nothing. It was a very brief conversation. I think he was too busy munching on popcorn and watching the shit show.
Yeah, it's been many a times. I remember when we were delivering fucking moonshine at Limpany and he was there. We seen him on top of the fucking cliff watching down on us. Like, he's very observant.
Yeah, and we
around
still
watching.
think he was the one when me, Danya, and Zip were doing a moonshine run one time. I think you went to bed in Armadillo, and then we continued the moonshine run, and we ended up getting the armored wagon stuck in some water, and we had to reclaim it at Valentine. So we took all the moonshine out of the back, and we reclaimed the wagon in Valentine. And when Zip looked in the back of the wagon, there was a note. And the note said, "Don't trust Mal." No sender, no
That
nothing.
sounds like something Domino would do, but
Yeah.
you should actually ask him about that because I think you'd be the kind of person to admit to it if you tried to call him out on it.
I don't really care. It's not like it did nothing. At the end of the day, I've done nothing to be accused of being disloyal or nothing like that. But it was just funny because Zip just kind of left it aside, it seemed. What the hell does this note say anyway?
It's Memorial,
Oh, I
F-E-N-S.
see.
Yeah, it's a very sacred note.
All right. Well, I won't mess it up.
Well, apparently there's a bunch of deputies buried around here. We just found out. Me and Redlands.
No, yeah.
In that graveyard over there. Yep. Like 3 or 4 deputies buried over there.
Interesting.
Nice pipe, peghead.
Shut up.
Yeah. Throw that pipe away.
Little pipe bitch.
I mean, they are kind of convenient.
A puff puff pipe bitch. Look at him.
What's wrong with a pipe?
Sleeping. Disgusting pipes.
So, was that it?
Yeah, that was literally it.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
All right. I would honestly just ask him about it.
Yeah, if I see him again, I will. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I just I don't really care that much. Don't move the needle none. I don't think they're gonna want to shoot me for it.
I am trying to think about it because I am kind of tired at the moment. I'm trying to think if you ever came up in conversation. And I'm
I highly
guessing.
doubt I would. At the end of the day, I haven't done much. I didn't. Well, I guess the only thing I did was that whole Gorma situation when you were taken and tortured, and we held up Fawn and Gorma, used her as negotiations to try to get.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I did have a conversation with Domino and Thieves. The telegram specifically him wanting to talk about the war and tell me something about my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know where I put that telegram. I think Alice has it. Maybe. I can't remember who has that telegram anymore. But yeah. I'm
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure,
trying
like
to
you
think
said, it
if you
was
were
just one
briefly
of those.
mentioned on that.
Mm-hmm. The only time I've ever met them is when they stopped me one time at Emerald Ranch and asked my name, asked what I did, things like that. And I told them straight. And they didn't ask me if I was affiliated with no one. They just said, if you see any Kettlemans around here, let us know. Here's my telegram. And they just wrote off. And he was like, okay, well, I'm glad you didn't ask me if I was affiliated with them. Because I'm not much of a liar.
I can't really remember. I was on cocaine at the time. But
you're all good,
I'm really trying to think because
even if you did, it's not that big.
no,
of a deal,
no,
like
I don't
said.
think I said anything, but I'm trying to remember if Domino brought you up like unpromptedly.
Mm-hmm.
He may have, and I'm just trying to think of exactly what he said. I'm trying to remember.
So he seems a little less, because most of them are in Gorma, right? They're staying over there for a while. Is that
Yeah.
correct? It doesn't seem like Domino shares the same sentiment.
I will really think about when I go to sleep, and I will get back to you on that one.
You're fine. Yeah, that sounds fun. But yeah, I was from the way that him and Waggy were talking, they were kind of. It almost felt like two people sizing each other up for like 15 minutes straight. They were just poking and prodding at each other about Waggy becoming his new neighbor and how Domino must love the fact that he's moving in and things like that. And Domino was equally as snide, you could say, and was talking about how, oh yes, I'm sure everyone around here is gonna love the fact that you've moved in and talking. I swear, Waggy said the word fucking handshake like 50 times. But anyway, it's not. I don't want to talk about that. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I was gonna say, is it just me? But if I was a bastard, I would consider them like Waggy coming into a place like Thieves and staking his claim of business there. It is more of an insult than any kind of shit we pulled with, trying to get blood for James and my dad and all this. That's like the bastards coming into the fucking
Get him in camp.
into the raft skillet and saying, "Okay, we're running business out here now."
I couldn't agree more, Isaac, and that's why I told him straight up that it's a terrible fucking idea.
It just feels like he's trying to poke a bear.
And when he's told that that's what he's trying to do, and we're insinuating that that's his intentions, he completely denies it.
He's not that
But
fucking
yet,
stupid.
in that conversation with Domino, he simultaneously is poking and prodding, so he's all over the place right now in terms of his motivations for doing this whole Thieves Landing shit. But if we all lie in the bed that we make. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. But I've told him over and over again I don't want no part in it. Especially so close, so soon after. It's not like it's months down the line and the bastards haven't shown their head in months, so it's kind of an open piece of real estate. And, well, but the fact that it's just a couple of weeks after your war ended.
Sorry for pulling out my gun. I felt like
You're
I
fine.
couldn't get up off that fucking banister.
Is that Bex over there?
Bex? I was wondering who you're looking
Is
at.
it a Perlino horse?
No, but it looks like what Bex would well. Maybe.
Should I shoot their horse and see what happens?
I wouldn't.
Not see shit.
Yeah, it is Bex, I think.
Yeah, that's Bex.
Does she know we're here? Maybe just shoot
Nope.
in the air.
Hide.
Nope. Seems like she does. Yeah, that's a Perlino horse.
It wasn't at first. She pulled out a different one.
I see. Howdy, Bex.
You think a cleaver would be enough to kill the horse?
Howdy there.
Howdy.
How are you doing?
So back to the question, killed whose horse?
I was just wondering
Yeah.
if a cleaver can kill a horse.
Okay. You'll find out.
How long have you had that horse, Bex? It's the only one I've ever seen you ride.
Good while. It's the first decent horse I bought.
What's its name?
It's recently. Arrows.
Arrows or Eros? Like the like the
Eros.
Roman god
Mhm.
or Greek god or whatever it is.
Greek.
You just need to get a horse called Toast. I'll be upset if you don't ever do that.
I actually really want to do that at some point.
You know why,
Yeah.
right, Mal?
Toast.
What? Sorry.
I want her to get a horse called Toast.
Toast, like Toast.
Yeah, so she can be beans on toast.
Okay. I forgot her nickname was Beans.
It's not my nickname.
I know. I forgot. That some
Howdy.
people call you Bean.
You grow out your horse. I said horse. You grow out your hair.
Hello.
Me?
No, him.
I was about to say, I cut off my hair.
Me? Yeah.
Oh, he's very deep in thought.
No, I'm not.
No, just ignoring me.
No, I responded. I said, yeah.
Y'all need
I
anything?
did.
I'm running into town.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we're
in
fine.
town.
No, we're fine. Thank you.
All right, take care now.
Bye.
Who's that?
I have no
Some
idea.
townie who rides around with. Do you know that Jeremiah Smokesfiller who wears goggles and a raccoon on his head, like a gunsmith in Valentine or something?
Can't say they have.
I would see them together. I think she's just some townie.
And
Plays
there was a
poker
note
and
in the
shit.
saloon to the right over there. Oh, I guess y'all's left. That
What's been
was it
happening? Not
like
very
hello
much.
smoke or something
I
on
mean, Isaac's on parole, so
Oh,
we've
yeah?
just been chilling. I'm like
it.
very tired of didn't get much
Mysterious.
sleep.
From somebody called
And
Lily, I think.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
I
I
was
think
wide
that
awake,
actually
so I
might
thought I'd do a
be.
little stream.
Yeah, but yeah, from the way Domino was speaking, even if the bastards don't want to, have issue with Wiggy doing what he's doing, I think Domino as an individual does.
Yeah.
So just something to keep for the future.
Be careful,
Seems like
Domino.
seems like Eros is going for a walk back.
Yeah, he tends to fuck off from town to town.
Yeah, he seems like a devious individual. Which fair game, I guess. And I just know that the bastards in general, well, I think you've experienced this the most, where they target innocent people and they target them while they're alone. So that's more what I'm scared of. If he wants to get into a gunfight, then fine by me. For the little information that I did give.
He would pick
but-
Waggy up by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do go after loved ones. I fucking found out the hard way.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, if they want to target me for what I did, then so be it. But I just hope they don't go after those I love.
Oh, they will.
There's a write up.
Howdy. I'm gonna break parole.
His
That
name's
might
So
Vulture.
fucking bro.
His
That
name's
might be
Vulture.
the fella from the Frey gang.
Yeah, he's
That makes it
rode
even
with-
worse.
I don't even think he is a Frey. I think he's more like just. I met him at Thieves Landing the other day, and he didn't. He just said he did a couple jobs with the Freys, and that he'll do jobs wherever the money is, basically. So I think he's a bit like me in that regard. He was riding with
So
Thomas Woods.
leech.
I'm gonna
leech.
start the howdy
Just
toll.
kidding.
A
I'm gonna-
fence sitter.
I'm doing a howdy toll. I'm gonna block off that bridge, and I'm not letting anyone through until they say howdy to me.
Motherfucker, how is that being a fence sitter?
That
Well,
is a
it's technically a
fence
bridge sitter.
I said leech.
But yeah, he did some jobs with Thomas Woods and Violet the other day, so
Oh,
I have a
God.
feeling he's more of a. He's just interested in money right now.
I just remembered that I refreshed my memory, but I remember smashing Thomas Woods over the head with a fucking hammer in Blackwater. Me and Rocco did that. this fucking idiot Speedy. He comes walking up to us with his rifle out. What are you doing? Robbing fellas in Blackwater. Or hurting fellas in Blackwater. And I have to sit there and clean up the mess. I'm like, clean up the mess? You're not a fucking deputy. Not your business to get involved in. Then he talked his shit and then Rocco shot him down.
And that's literally what happens when people stick their nose into shit that don't concern them. Why most folk die. Or get
You're
hurt.
not wrong.
Mal, you look different.
I got a hair. Oh, do I look real? What do you mean? Just because of my haircut, or do I look real skinny?
I wouldn't say skinny.
What the fuck do you mean then?
Have you been eating a lot of scalloped potatoes lately?
Do I
How
look
much has Cook been
chunky?
feeding you?
Yeah, good eating.
Yeah,
Good living.
I've always been a big failure. Just sometimes I look a little bit skinnier than normal.
Motherfucker, you last time I think I saw you, you were like definitely very skinny.
Yeah, I know, but that's just it's an optical illusion, Isaac. I swear, this is how I usually look. I swear to you.
And it probably is the haircut.
It might be
Didn't
the
you have a
haircut.
beard?
See what happens.
No, I've always just had a
Because-
bit of scruffle.
Because now you got like a baby face for some reason.
This is how I've always looked.
Am
I
I
don't
am
know
I
what
the
to
only one
tell
who's
you.
noticing this?
No, see what happens if you look at him straight on, right? He's wide. Go ahead, turn to your side. Poof, disappears.
He's so wide. From every which angle.
What a weird comment, Sam.
It's like when people put marshmallows in their mouth and say "chubby bunny."
Huh. You put marshmallows in your mouth.
Where else? Where do you put marshmallows? Beans.
In my mouth, but I don't like put it in
Why
my
did
mouth
you
to say
question it in
chubby
such a
bu-
way?
Okay, why are you putting it in your mouth to say chubby bunnies? Let me finish the fucking question.
Because you have to actually be able to say chubby bunny. You have to keep saying chubby bunny until you can't say it no more.
Why?
I don't know. How many
Why?
marshmallows can you fit in your mouth and say chubby bunny?
Sounds like some talented
Plenty.
shit, Isaac. What you been up to? What the hell Seraphina been making you do?
You don't want to know.
I don't.
Something with marshmallows, probably.
A lot of things with a lot of things.
Disgusting.
Ugh. Anyway, anything been happening today?
How did you get that scar on your face?
In Braithwaite Manor when they came in, bashed me over the face.
I was gonna say I definitely didn't see that scar before.
Nah.
That's a fucking shiner if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it was a hell of a hit.
But to be fair, usually you have your mask up too.
That's true.
You should put your mask up.
Anyway, I'm gonna punch you right in the fucking face. To answer
And
my
those
question.
marshmallows are gonna be flying out of this shit.
What's been happening today? Last night some stuff happened, it seems. Mal knows more about it than I do. He was there for most of it, so.
Well, what happened?
What'd you say, Beck? Sorry.
What happened?
I'll just do a statement of facts without my opinion. So, we're still, they're still kind of at Weggy, and there's this whole thing with the Jolly Rogers. He got shot in Armadillo by a lady named Nancy out of fucking nowhere. Fucking hired assassin was hiding in the clothing store. We rode out looking for the Jolly Rogers again. Didn't really find much. Eventually, we went back to Thieves Landing. There was Domino was sitting around the campfire, one of the bastards, and a lady named Ruby from the Black Hats was also there due to an unrelated reason. I think she was hunting or something like that. And apparently at one point this Ruby lady for like a 2-day stint rode with the Waggles. Is that correct, Sam?
No, she never rode with us. She was possibly going to be like, someone to do jobs with, but I never rode with her one time. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it was like 2 days, and then she ended up going her separate ways, and Waggy was making a big issue about how she, quote, disappeared, and how she used to be a killer, and now she's not, or something like that. I wasn't really sure, but he was definitely antagonizing her quite a bit, and eventually...
Right, so I'm not alive.
Eventually, we
Kill
go
About
around
what?
the camp. I don't
Oh.
understand. I don't understand what the fuck Waggy was saying. But anyway, we
Oh, I don't understand that reference.
we went to the campfire, all of us, and Waggy and Domino were having some kind of spiteful conversation about how Waggy's moving in next door and how Domino, you know, he was sarcastically saying, "Oh, I'm sure everyone will love that kind of thing." And I walked away for a minute just to have a cigarette to myself. And well, when I finished my cigarette and started walking back to the campfire, fucking Waggy and Ruby were shooting at each other in the middle of Thieves Landing, and Winsome was literally standing like in between them. And I asked what happened around the campfire, and nobody fucking said a word. So I I went around back to talk to Cook and Winsome about what the fuck happened, and Winsome told me that apparently Ruby interrupted Waggy, so he pulled out his pistol and fanned the hammer and missed almost what it seems, because I saw her get on her horse and fucking ride off as quick as she could.
I have a feeling there might be a bit more to that story, but sure.
Yeah, it's probably a lot more context, but
like I said, I'm just giving the statement of facts, what I know. I'm not trying to give my opinion, or I don't know all the context. All I know is that he was being quite well. I watched him be very antagonistic towards her, and then I walk away for 2 minutes, and then he was shooting at her. Anyway, you'll have to hear other people's opinions on it. Then after that, Waggy went back to having his conversation with Domino. And yeah, eventually Waggy asked me if I wanted to be part of the business, or no, Domino asked me if I was going to be part of the business operations in Thieves Landing, to which I said no, because I'd already made it very clear that I don't want to be in Thieves Landing. I don't want to operate no saloon or nothing like that. And then Waggy told me that if I wasn't in, I should better be out, and told me pretty much to leave, so I left.
Mm. Well, he's not wrong on that. You're not wrong on that either. It's not what you want to be doing. It's in your right to walk away. It's also in his right to tell you fuck off.
He didn't necessarily. That's why I cut myself off, because he didn't say the words "fuck off." He just,
That's just my vernacular.
Yeah,
that's my spin on that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I made it very clear even before that point that I didn't want any part of Thieves Landing. And I thought it would have been perfectly fine if, at the end of the day, I'm still loyal to all three of them, Cook, Winsome, and Sam, or Cook, Winsome, and Waggy. But I'm not a business-minded oriented person. I don't want to be in Thieves Landing, so I thought that would have been fine, but he basically gave me an ultimatum that if I wasn't part of this Thieves Landing operation, then I might as well be gone.
The devil's advocate again, he's not wrong.
Now, I'm not saying he's wrong. Like I said, I'm just giving a statement of facts.
Unpopular opinion, but you say you want to be loyal to a man, you're loyal to him, even through the shit you don't really necessarily want to be doing. You have their back or you don't, and that's simple.
Yeah, I just know what my strengths are.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I knew Waggy was in a shootout right now and that he needed me, then I'd be there. But I don't want to operate no fucking saloon.
I think there's like a saying when there's war going on. Best time to make profit. Take advantage. But feel like now everything is settled. That's what people do. You treat war like it's a business.
There you go. Anyways, continue.
But I feel like that's what's happening now that all the dust is finally settling, and now the West is ripe with opportunity and people are going to try and get their piece.
Since I've been here, it's been, everyone's talking about how they wanted no wars, no bloodshed, but they got to think about what comes after that, what their next steps are.
I think that's what everyone's trying to figure out. I think Zip has an idea of what he wants to do. We already have some big plans in the work.
So I hear.
I really wish I wasn't on parole right now.
Well, speaking of, I'm probably still wanted for that whole Zoe situation.
I haven't been called since Halloween, so I think me and Bexy and Mal are the only ones that are wanted.
Yeah.
So if law do show up,
Yeah, we'll fuck off.
yeah.
I'll try and talk to him and buy you some time.
Yeah, we'll be fine. And maybe if they catch me, I'll finally get some decent rest.
Yeah,
That's
I was going to
morbid.
bring that up. You look like hell.
You too, motherfucker.
Fuck you. Go sleep.
I did for.
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, I can. I tell Liza to go sleep too. I mean, ain't my fault I can't sleep.
Nah, I suppose it ain't.
Why don't you go sleep, fellow?
I never sleep.
I look great whether I'm asleep or not.
Eh,
I
Maybe
think I look fine.
I'm
I
handsome.
mean what I said.
Devilishly handsome. I'm a catch.
If you need validation, go telegram your wife.
My wife's in bed right now.
Mal, validate him.
He's gonna be the
Well,
last
well.
person to validate me after what I just said to him.
Now you called him wide.
All around, if I remember correctly.
I swear. I think he's just been eating a lot recently.
I think you've been looking at me
See?
too much, motherfucker. I'm the one that's skinny around these parts. Look like a goddamn twig.
Sleepy twig.
And the only person skinny to me might be Bex.
Probably.
Not by much.
Come on, Eros, you can do it. I believe in you.
Thinking about it.
He slowly turned.
Thinking about it.
Maybe this will help.
That's it.
Shoot my horse, you're buying me a new one. You're
No.
buying me two, actually.
Why?
One in each color. The hell?
We ain't gonna come to you because you can't get up here. See? The hell you expected to do? Climb a fucking ladder?
Wouldn't that be great?
I'm gonna have him right behind here. So if Law does show up, I'm gonna jump off and jump on my horse. Like that.
I'm sure that's gonna work out just fine.
I'm just gonna walk to my horse like a normal person and act like I ain't wanted, and then hopefully they won't chase.
Isaac has potential to make a lot of money. He just can't because he's on fucking parole and he's holding on to a lot of shit for other people. Can't use his wagons as intended. Ha
Hey,
Checking.
okay.
Well, I don't see it.
Huh?
I don't see $40 flying in the air.
$40.
Yeah, that's how much you can get for birds around here. $40 a
Oh.
bird.
You're telling me you want to kill a bird?
No. I want to kill the people who hunt the birds, maybe.
I don't. I want to rob them so they can keep bringing me money. Keep them
Mm-hmm.
alive so they can kill the birds and then we can just take their money and their guns. I one day want to take a varmint rifle and break it in front of them just to break their heart. Break it over their goddamn head. Like a baseball bat.
Well, I don't see myself moving from this roof. Or at least moving out of this town, so I'm probably just gonna drag my ass to bed and try and get some more sleep.
No,
Yeah, all right.
it was nice
If you
seeing you.
wake back up, I guess, right me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see myself being awake too much longer myself, though. Maybe
Oh,
like another 30 minutes to an hour. Oh.
speaking of writing, thank you, Sam, for again being the only fucking person to telegram me.
What do you want from
I
me?
appreciate that. Bex, around.
Beans?
Literally, that is all I expect.
I'm with Sam, so technically we both written to you. That's how this works.
Well,
It
actually, I wrote her
it doesn't
before I
work that way.
met you, Hill. So,
But shh.
no, it's fine. Don't to me, motherfucker.
Listen, when I dragged myself out of
hate your
bed,
wife, fella. Don't try that on
when
me.
I dragged myself out of bed, I thought I was gonna have a cigarette, check my telegrams, see what was going on Armadillo, and then head back to bed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, Armadillo is now a townie fest, and then I ran into Redlands. We got talking, and then Sam showed up, and yeah, he was talking shit about you. So me and Sam were talking about you for a while, and then
That
you
checks
showed up,
out.
so we had to like change the subject. It was
He's
kind of awkward.
obsessed. Talking shit.
Yeah, Sam.
Huh? What happened?
You're talking shit about me.
Clearly.
Yeah, see, I told you it checks out.
He always does. He talks shit about me too.
Yeah, he does.
Bet him and my wife always talking shit about me.
I don't really talk to your wife too much.
Yeah,
it's a forced
that's what-
friendship.
That's what he and your wife do.
What?
Talk about you.
Oh, okay.
What? You're still wondering if you like the way I look?
I think you're bigger than me.
Motherfucker, I haven't done anything. I just say, look, okay, how about I do something? How about I do this and then put on my coat? Now, how do I look?
No,
Did I get real skinny all of a sudden?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, do it again.
Just feel skinnier all of a sudden.
No, but Barton says that to me a lot. He always says I look sick, but no one else mentions it.
Yeah, just fun sometimes, depending on what you wear, you just you lose some pounds. So I think maybe in the past you've just been looking at me when I look just real skinny.
I guess.
Like I said, I think it was you to looking at me, Isaac. To be
Yeah,
honest,
maybe.
we spent like 3 hours here talking.
I blame Bex.
Why?
Because
Go
you're the
figure.
smallest out of all of us.
Not by much.
How's that my fault?
Now
though?
here comes the biggest motherfucker I ever seen in my life. Look at him, walking, talking, climbing.
Oh my god, what the?
Sorry, but
Jeez.
What the hell?
you're still awake and you're not in jail. That's a surprise.
I mean, we could try and break into the jail cell over to the right if you want to go in there.
Yeah, I mean, we could if you want to. It's up to you.
You think
May as well. I'm
anything's
going
in
to end up
there?
in there eventually.
The last time I was arrested in Tumbleweed, I was in that jail cell over there, and let me tell you, it is a shithole. There's nothing in there.
Apart from
Yeah,
a lot of cells.
that's about what I would think. I would think that a tumbleweed jail is just like that.
I think there was sand just in the corners of the room.
Last time I was in there, I was in my hotel room right here, and someone knocked on my door, and for some reason the door was unlocked, so a deputy just walked in, so I cleaved the fuck out of him, and he knocked my ass out, and he pulls me out the hotel room, and there's like 4 or 5 deputies waiting outside, and I got arrested.
Who was it? Do you remember which deputy it was?
Hooper.
Hooper.
Uh-huh.
So he just barged his
yeah.
way in.
He barged his
I
way
know.
in there, and the rabbit and a bunch of deputies were outside.
Oh, that sounds about right.
And
Here's
then
this, by the way.
Malone
Billy
showed
Potter.
up, and he was, being Malone. All right, Bucko, I want to talk to you about why you ride with Zip, eh? Why'd you ride with Zip, Bucko?
That's a pretty good impression.
Mm-hmm.
I have another great impression, but I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
Spot on.
What's your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. My name is Red Lance. Nice to meet you.
I'm Bex. Yeah, you too.
Bex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Short for Rebecca.
okay. You like Bex, though?
That's right.
Okay. Fair enough. Bex it is.
You can just call her Peck Ahead if you want to as well.
No,
Just
I
a
don't
mic
think
Yeah,
I'll
I'd
or two.
advise against that one.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. She has a Navy on her hip, so.
Hasn't shot me yet.
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 That's just due to her rim.
What's that?
No, because I'm
Yeah,
scared.
Mel.
What?
I was just repeating what you said earlier.
What did I say earlier?
Yeah, just talking about how she couldn't hit the side of a barn door.
I said that.
What?
Yeah,
the hell
remember?
are
When did I
you
when I
on
ever say
about?
that Bex was
My
inaccurate
aim
with her
Stand
shot?
right
is impeccable.
I'm getting out the way. Mel,
The only time I've ever been in a shootout with Bex, she fucking shot down a lawman when she was the gunman. So I have nothing but good things to say.
Yeah. So fuck you.
Yeah, that everybody was
I
shooting
said,
at
fuck me, it's Mel who said it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I missed you. So
Everybody missed me.
it's nice to meet you
No
in
one
person, though,
misses
Red
you.
Lance.
It's good to
You
meet
do.
you. What was your name again? I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
It's Jamie Mallard.
Yes, you
We've
do.
exchanged a couple
Oh.
No, I don't.
telegrams here and there, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to meet you.
Yep.
So fucking stubborn. Alright, well, what's the plan if Isaac does lay his head right now?
I'm gonna go check my telegrams.
Uh,
Don't
I
suspect
will
Zip's
go
gonna be around.
wherever the wind takes me.
Hell yeah, I like that.
I mean,
Wow.
It is raining and it is quite foggy and the wind is picking up, so it might take you pretty far, fellow.
Yeah, I think it might.
I might roll out of bed later if I'm not completely passed out. I mean,
Alright.
Sarah might be around later if she wants to get out of bed, but other than that, we're just trying to weigh out this parole thing. It's kind of driving us both nuts.
Imagine taking
only
parole.
4 more days. That's it. Just 4 more days.
Imagine.
And
Oh
look, if
my
you make
god,
it
it's
4 more
worse when you.
days, fellow,
It's 4
I'll
days.
give you, like I said $100 if you make it through this parole. I'll have it waiting for you in my hand the day of your parole is up, and after you've been, whenever by the law man just took you off of it, then you can write me, be like, Sam, I'm off parole, and I'll give you the money.
And,
However,
oh.
if you do a crime before, so you ain't getting the money.
In that case, my thought process with that question, though, is if we do anything, if people are sticking around, we should probably stick together, especially with Sam here being so wanted. I think all of us are wanted, but he's looking at a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Are you wanted? Redlands, yeah?
Probably. It's
Okay.
every
It's a
time I think I'm in the
fair
clear, I'm not.
assumption.
Yeah, I just assume that I am at all times.
Nah, I got you.
Well, you four have fun. I'm gonna get my head down.
Yeah, get some rest.
All
Izzy.
right. It was nice seeing
Get
you.
out of here.
Take care now.
Yeah,
Bye,
already.
motherfucker.
Bye.
Bye. I hear parole. I don't know if I mentioned that already.
Hey,
Then
maybe next
don't
time just don't
fucking
take it.
take it.
I'm blaming you, Bex.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, chat, I'm feeling the sleep bug. I think I'm finally getting tired again. I only had like 2 hours sleep. I knew it was going to come eventually. That's why I titled it as a short stream. I might be back. If I wake back up in an hour or two, I might be back on. We'll see. My sleep patterns are fucked. It's like almost 2 a.m. Who is around? Who is around? I think there's a few people streaming. Scarlet. Cass. Tamia Gold. Let's go and show some love to Scarlet. I don't think we've read Scarlet in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm pooped. I need my sleeps. Y'all take care. I'll be probably back later. Maybe we'll see. Oh, no promises. Bye.